We're sorry, but the Perry Logan Show has gone out of orbit and drifted into space. You knew it was gonna happen. I think Perry Logan has had another one of his brushes with logic. Well, the Perry Logan Show seems to have gotten lost in the universe. Talk about losing control of the show. But even as he floated through the universe, having a devil of a time, he thought to himself, even though I've completely lost control of the show and gotten lost in the universe, I recognize one very important way whereby you can avoid falling into one of the many crazy realities offered to people on this date, April 4th, 2013. Jeez, they warned me about this. You can usually tell a crackpot because he disagrees with everyone else. For example, the 9/11 truthers whom we love all disagree with one another. They all think they've got the one right answer to 9/11, and I think that makes them crackpots. You can safely and with love reject their delusional reality. And now, an important message from Logar of the planet Logar.
Is this thing working? Hello, this is Logar of the planet Logar. Speaking from our capital city, Logar, may I say. And I just wanted to indicate, with love and peace to the people of planet Earth, we are returning Perry Logan to you. Perry Logan sought asylum here on Logar. He wasn't ugly enough, so we're sending him back to you, where he presents you with another transcendent Perry Logan show called A Brush with Logic. It's like poetry, really, isn't it?
Oh look, Earth! Have we lucked out? Are we sort of crashing into another transcendent Perry Logan show? This one called Brushes with Reality. What could that mean? Hey! Hey, this show's for lip readers only. I had a brush with logic the other day.
A brush with logic, Perry?
Why, yes, Hap. I thought we had you dismantled.
I put myself back together again, Perry. Don't do that again.
Yes, I had a brush with logic just the other day. It being April 4th, 2013. Get it out of your system.
It just so utterly cheeses and irks me that my audience just so gets off on the date, you know what I mean?
What is it with you people? Why, yes, a moment of supreme and, may I say, perspicuously clear logic came to me the other day. In the context of the gun debate, which rages in America. You know, we are in post-Newtown massacre mode here in America. It's not the country it was. In the context of the gun debate, one hears the idea, which I think is ridiculous, but never mind. There is a ridiculous idea, however, hugely popular in America, pretty popular in America, and that's the idea. Check this out. It's the idea that the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, the one about arms and the right to bear arms, was deliberately put there so we could fend off a tyrannical government. So we could take arms and quite literally fight off the government. That's a very popular idea. And in the context of that, so you're hearing it a lot here on this date, which I will not mention. I will not mention the date, April 4th, 2013, for fear the audience will go ape.
Oh, damn it!
Okay, calm down. I hate it when I have to kill my audience. Oops. Bob, do we have a replacement audience? Welcome, replacement audience. I promise not to give the date or kill you. Look, I was trying to tell you about a brush with logic that I had, an insight, if you will, as regards the great gun debate which rageth on here in the most supremely unhappy United States.
The most unhappy United States? Perry, why are you so unhappy down there?
It's the guns, Sigmund. We are so, sick with guns in the U.S., it's lowering our morale.
Then, you better get rid of the guns, yeah?
Don't say that, Sigmund. There's white guys whose eyes will bulge out, whose eyes will pop out. Check it out.
There are guys whose eyes will almost literally pop out if you start talking about gun control, much less say the word confiscation.
Ooh, woo. No, I mean it. Try this simple experiment. Say the word confiscate to a gun guy.
It's worth it just to see their eyes bulge out. Watch this.
Confiscate.
This is Alex Jones. Confiscate. Confiscate.
Don't forget, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is to say the word confiscate. Okay. I had a brush with logic. Pro-gun folks very often talk about how that's why the Second Amendment was put there, so we could just totally take up arms and overthrow the tyrants. What I think it's a thing the pro-gun people are telling themselves over and over again, because I don't think it's true. And this brings us to my brush with logic, which is that if the real purpose of the Second Amendment were to enable the citizens to rise up against a tyrant, you'd think the bloody amendment would say so!
You idiots!
Well, Tim, yeah, Jim, looks like Perry is freaking out once again. It certainly doesn't take him long. Well, you gotta understand, Tim, Perry's heard 1.5 million times that the Second Amendment was put in place so citizens could arm themselves against a tyrannical government, when it just occurred to him the other day, his brush with logic, Tim, that's right, Jim. Perry had a brush with logic in which he realized, hey, if that were the meaning of the Second Amendment, you'd think it would say so.
If that were the meaning of the Second Amendment, you'd think they'd say so.
Hey, check this out. Let me share this little brush with logic. You see, the Founding Fathers were extremely good writers, right? The Founding Fathers could say what they meant better than you or I. So, if that were the meaning of the bloody Second Amendment, the bloody Second Amendment would say so, you idiots! Turn around, bend over. The amendment, if it really meant what you gun guys, just listen to the sound of my voice, this isn't gonna hurt.
If the real meaning of the Second Amendment were, as the gun guys say, the Second Amendment would read as follows.
The need to overthrow a tyrannical government being indispensable to the preservation of the Republic. Yay! The right to bear guns will not be infringed. There, I've improved on the Second Amendment. If you just got here, I've just improved on the Second Amendment. Well, so you say. If the Second Amendment really meant, in other words, what the pro-gun folks say here in America, they say it and say it and say it, it would say that. It would not be what it says. Don't you get it? The Founding Fathers were perfectly capable of saying what was on their minds. And, well, better writers than most of us will ever be. Give me a break. And so, for such an important right, would they not be crystal clear?
You're damn straight, Perry. And it's as you say. If we, the Founding Fathers, had meant for all of you people to have guns, we would have bloody said so. I've got a good mind to come back down to earth and thrash every one of you.
Now look, you got Thomas Jefferson, man. Way to go.
Yes, but it just says something weird about militias.
The Second Amendment just says something really weird about militias. What's the deal? A militia serves government. It doesn't overthrow it. Hey, yeah, pro-gunners. A militia. The Second Amendment says something about a militia. And you know, think about that. Do you say I'm going to have a militia overthrow the government? Not usually. Or defend against a tyrant. The militia usually serves the needs of the government, seems to me. At least it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think about, picking up your arms to fight off a tyrant. See, the Founding Fathers seem to either suddenly not be able to write, not be able to say what was on their minds, which they were pretty good at saying what was on their minds. Or they were not talking about all of us arming against a tyrant.
Watch this fretwork.
No more. It's good for you. I do it because it's good for you. And now, a Perry Logan educational video.
Hello, and welcome to The Wonder of the Human Mouth. The human mouth. So beautiful. So attractive, often so very suggestive. Also the font of so much wisdom, and also so much balderdash.
Balderdash, really?
Shut up, Perry. But let's have a closer look at this thing called the human mouth. Look at just a little more closely, we can see that it is an iniquitous den of bacterial profligation. Little bacteria's doing it, multiplying their numbers, exponential numbers of bacteria filling the human mouth, a veritable cesspool of germs right there in your head.
Jesus! Hey, chill. It's not like you're being crucified.
Shut up, Jesus. The human mouth, a festering, disease-ridden infestation of pus and mucus. One moment, please. The Perry Logan Show has suffered a Tourettian moment.
Tourettian moment.
Shut up, weird little man. And as we search against our will, kicking and screaming, we can see that if the human mouth be likened to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights to the teeth, then the Second Amendment stands as a rotten tooth festering in the skull of the body republic. Here's Barry.
Oh, love a good metaphor. Oh, a rotten tooth festering in the skull of the body politic. How's that? Ooh, hi. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was like a educational video / brush with logic, baby. My version of logic is that if the Second Amendment be likened to a tooth, it's a rotten tooth festering in the skull of the body politic. Yeah, well, Perry, you know, the gun guys would say you're just acting like a Nazi. I said, shut up, Adolf! Speaking of Hitler, Adolf Hitler, whom I just shushed. Hey, speaking of Hitler, I am so sick. No, really, I can go on. I am so damn sick. I'm gonna calm down with a little music. I am so damn sick. Hey, we're kidding around. Shtick. I am so sick, I really am, of pro-gun folks calling gun control folks Nazis and fascists and comparing them to Hitler, when an extant currently existing organization called the American Nazi Party.
The American Nazi Party, it's on the web.
The American Nazi Party, it's on the web. Is adamantly pro-gun, that's my point. Just to make it perfectly clear which side on the gun debate are acting and thinking like Nazis, jawohl?
Ja, acting and thinking like Nazis, oh yeah.
Thank you, Adolf. Now back to hell with you. No, that's the gospel truth. The American Nazi Party, a real group of real flesh and blood human beings, God's creations, say what you will. The point being, people walking the earth today, little brush with logic for you, who call themselves Nazis are adamantly pro-gun. Hi, this is Magnum Oath. You knew I'd do it, okay? And don't forget, I do this not because I'm crazy. Don't call me crazy. If you call me crazy, it makes my eyes bulge out, which is what happens if you say the word confiscate to a gun guy. Serves you right, guys. Yes, brushes with logic include the fact that there are chinks in the gun guy facade. You see, I deal a lot with gun guys, and as you can tell, I'm very anti-gun. And don't give me that crap about being a fascist. Yeah, there was a whole sequence in this show making the point that real fascists, today's Nazis, people living today, young folks, you know, calling themselves Nazis.
Well, what's their position on gun control? What do you think?
Do they want guns confiscated? No. These are the guys, precisely, one group of the guys whose eyes bulge out most amusingly when you say the word confiscate. Oh, look at their eyes bulge out. Those are the gun guys. And I call that a chink in their armor, a chink in their facade. Don't you get it? If the gun guys were so cool, their eyes wouldn't bulge out when you say the word confiscate, all right? Brush with logic, okay? Brush with logic and call me in the morning. Well, it's all very simple. Very often a person who is peddling madness has a few chinks in his armor. I am so easily moved. Hey, it's pretty simple though. A person who is peddling a maniacal, crazy version of reality. It's just one of the things that can happen in this weird world. There will be chinks in the armor, okay? Sometimes big, sometimes subtle, and I would just point out, you know, that little thing about the eyes of the gun guys bulging out amusingly when you say the word confiscate. A confiscate. See? And I think it's just being logical to say, you know, if the pro-gunners all share this obsession, all kidding aside, that's kind of an obsession. Especially when almost nobody, you know, very, very few, I'll put it this way, very few of my fellow lefties talk about confiscation. You know, I do it as a cheap stunt. I do it to please my imaginary audience. Well, all kidding aside, I do it in a satiric vein. Because what drives them nuts, it's a chink in their armor, okay? And to me, this proves, or, you know, strongly suggests that logic, that's not what they're all about. Well, I mean, come on, man. Don't you think if the Founding Fathers had really meant for the Second Amendment to be about rising up against tyrants, it would have said as much.
You got it, Perry. We're the Founding Fathers. We said what was on our minds, and we were far better writers than almost all of you, and we wouldn't have made that Second Amendment something weird about militias.
Yeah, something weird about militias. Militias generally exist at the behest of government. We're brushing up with logic. Don't it feel good? Oh, you know, if they really meant it to be, so we'd all have guns, you know the deal. The Alex Jones version of reality, the gun guy version of reality. Oh. They would have said so. And not started that amendment with something weird about militias. And they would have mentioned guns, too.
This is Dick Cheney. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's April 4th, 2013. Yeah, you people will applaud anyone who says that date. This is Dick Cheney, and I just wanted to interrupt to say I need another heart. I need another heart. This is fairly urgent. So if you have a living 15-year-old in your house, please email me at PerryLoganClone@yahoo.com.